So, oh my God, I miss you so much.
Oh, tell me about it.
Oh my God, so many things that we have to talk about,
I
and I
tell you,
want to share.
I talk about you all the time. I let people know who you are, what you do, and they're like, really? Like, there's no one like you out there.
Oh, you're so sweet. But why don't we start by saying who you are?
Well, I'm
Tell us
Paige.
you're super Paige. And you remember how we met?
Absolutely. We were at the what's the hotel name? The Plaza Hotel
The,
and
no, it was the Pennsylvania
the
Hotel.
Pennsylvania Hotel in New York. And oh God, when was that? Oh 07, oh 08. And
Before that.
oh my God,
Yes, yes.
we're
Uh-huh.
that old.
Well, you, not me.
Okay, okay. So I was showing Chase and, at the dog show, and you were standing, I do remember, over by a post, just sort of standing on the outskirts and just smiling. And I'm like, who is this person? And I walked over, uh-oh. Oh, geez, yes. Yes. So I walked over to you with this little bundle of joy, and you were like, "Oh my God, I love him!" And you were doing your thing and telling me who you were and that you were interested in what was going on. So we started talking, and the next thing I knew, we ended up becoming friends on. God, Facebook wasn't there back then, but
No.
something.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. We started communicating. I mean, I have to say, so my friends that are watching this can learn that you were like my mentor and the first person that I met in the Chihuahua Club of America in the dog show ring. Um,
Oh
and
boy. And that's where it all started.
that's always. I had Vanilla at the time. I had Bun, and I was in another group called Chihuahua Maniacs. But I wanted to learn more about the breed, and
Yes.
then I that that what better place than go to the dog shows, meet the people that are in the parent club in the Chihuahua Club of America to just try to mingle and learn. And well, it was funny because I mean we are talking 2005, 6, yes, probably
Do
around
you
there.
remember? Do you remember? Because you were talking, you didn't know that much about the Chihuahua Club and
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
all this, and we were talking, and I know that day you had said you were going to do a Valentine's doggy party, and
Yeah.
I
Oh
had
my
no
God.
idea what in the world is she talking about, but I could not go anyways. I had to get my dogs back to Maine,
Hmm.
and so I think it was not long after there was a dog show down there. And I called you and I said, do you want to be in a dog show? And you're like, yeah. I said, with your friends? Yeah.
I
So
was
I signed
so
up
I'm
all
sorry.
these dogs, showed up at we went to the dog show. And who did you have, Chase? And I went to the judge and I said, look, these girls don't know anything, but they want the experience, poor judge. And you went in, and Ada, I do remember you had a wide brim hat and all you girls were all dressed up like Kentucky Derby, and I'm cracking up. And you go in, and with Chihuahuas, we put them on the table and stack them. You put him on backwards. So the judge tells you, so you turn around. And then I had told you, don't get between the judge and the dog. Yeah, you did. Walking around, he's explaining it to you. And you girls had so much fun. That was the best show in my life. Oh my
Oh,
God.
I know. I think that was the first show that we went to the ladies kennel club in Long Island,
That
and
was
it was
okay.
yeah, it was in the Hamptons, so that's why the Kentucky Derby look. So
And anyone in the
and
dog
we had
show,
I was looking for that photo, and then of course I am not in New York City. I am in Florida right now, so I couldn't find the photos in my iPad, and I was all bummed. But I was so surprised that, I mean, you were so kind that you have no idea who I was. Then here is this strange woman going goo goo gaga over the Chihuahuas. You just took me over your ring, under your wing, and started showing me everything and taking me to every show. Thanks to you, I got my little tequila, my
Yeah.
little my corazon. So because
Yes.
yeah, yes. Um,
Yes.
that was my little corazon, and then it was basically because of you. You knew that I was looking for it. I wanted to go straight into the dog show world, and you were helping me looking for a Chihuahua. He didn't turn out to be a dog show for the ring, but a dog show of another sort, because he became very popular working on media, and I mean,
Absolutely.
he was, I mean, tequila got to be all around the world. His
He was a
picture and
show. He was a show dog for the world to see.
yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
But then shortly, I mean, like a year or 2 years after, then I get uh,
Let's go.
Tabasco, right? And then you take me to the Harrisburg show
All right.
in
So do you
Pennsylvania.
remember? Do you remember? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you had an awesome Gail Henry got you the best little dog, and without
Yeah.
knowing you, was
Mm-hmm.
willing to give a chance.
Uh-huh.
But so can I share some of the things that happened there at the
Oh, yes,
Yucatan?
of course.
Okay, Ada, the world is gonna know
Okay.
in Cumberland where we stayed, we found 3 different ways to get to this dog show because we never got the right road. Now that we have um, maps where we can see on our phones, we know
Uh-huh.
how to get places, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we went to a park that was down under the bridge. And do you remember your first time of what? What?
I think you mean that when we went to the Chasquanaha River, I think that's the name.
I
In
don't, I don't
yeah,
remember the name, but you had to
and
go to the bathroom.
yes, oh my God, and I couldn't find one for the heck of it.
And so you went to the bathroom, and it was your
Uh-huh.
first time
The,
using one of those little buildings.
oh Jesus, yes, the public booth that they had as
And
a
I, with a little
for
half
a
moon,
bath.
yeah, and I had to take a picture of you coming out. You were like, that was my first time. You had a lot of
Well,
first.
well, um,
And then
well,
at the
I
dog
didn't
show,
expect, I didn't expect that that was the story you were going to share.
well, no, and then the other story is at the dog show. You had to have friends with Animal Planet, and here you are, you and I, sitting up in the bleachers, and they zoom in on you and me, half asleep. I'm like, if they're ever going to take a picture, they're going to shoot us sleeping, watching groups.
Yes, I remember on that weekend, Tabasco won the clusters for the whole weekend, every single day.
Yes, so you're great. You're
And then
wonderful.
I got very spoiled, of course.
Oh yeah.
And then since then, I haven't been able to show another dog because I want to do the same thing. Not as easy as it seems, but Tabasco won the whole weekend, and of course we had to. I mean, it's a whole day of showing, and at the
Yeah.
end, the dog that wins best of breed, they have to go and compete for best in show. So we had to wait until the late night shows after being
Yes.
all day in the shows. We had to wait
Yes.
until the night to go and show again.
Yes.
And I remember before we were going to show, we sit on the bleachers, and I'm thinking, well, I'm hiding. Who is going to see me? And I go to the end of the bleachers, and I just fell asleep. Like you said, my friends from Animal Planet filmed me all the way, so people saw me sleeping at the end of the bleachers in watching the show. I mean, not watching, but during the show.
Yeah.
So you have this personality that is so welcoming and loving, and to everyone that gets around you, they get to have a little bit of your sunshine. Like I said, you didn't have an idea who I was. I could be stealing your dog, and you gave me Chase, and you went away, and I am like, I just look and I said, but she just went away and gave me her dog.
Oh, I can.
It was the most incredible experience for me, and the friendship that we acquired. I mean, I don't think I have had so many laughs at the dog show than with you.
I know.
All the adventures that we had, and I mean, it was always so much fun to be around you. And by then I got to meet Maggie Dane Fisher, with Micah, whom I wanted Micah so bad. And of course, it was her baby, but it's wonderful because I also created a relationship with her where I got to see Micah every year at Westminster. And then sometimes because I had the New Yorker fashion show prior to it, and sometimes I didn't have the energy like to get up next day early and go, but I did push myself because I wanted to see Maggie with Micah, which always was my favorite boy after Chase.
I know.
After my little Chase.
I kept saying, you need to get a little long coat. And you're like, oh, no. I'm never going to own a long coat. No, I want smooth coats. And I was like, I don't get it. But but you love Chase. You love Chase.
And now I know that I've been missing a lot. I see a lot of my friends have acquired little long coats, and they are really beautiful. They have grown on me, and now I'm like, well, maybe one day I have a long coat. So, but so okay, but you are in the dog show world,
and
then suddenly I see this picture.
Cassie, yes. Oh, that's a horrible picture.
So you go from this little creature to a giant animal.
Well, of course, that was my past love, was the horses.
The horses. Yeah.
That was my past love. But you remember I used to come to New York to visit with you.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the first night? I had Regis, and I think I had maybe Mia with me. And I was sitting up, and Regis was on the windowsill. Yeah. Here's Mia. I love that little dress. Yep. And looking out the window, and this is New York, and driving down there with a little sports car, and your husband's like, don't cover it. And then he wanted me to park around the corner, and I'm like, you want me to walk around the corner? And he's like, I'll park it for you.
And that was your first New York City experience.
I'm telling you. And then the second or third time, is it your niece? She was like 6 then.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And I remember she had new sneakers, and she was showing them off. And you said, well, let's go take a walk around the block. And I think we walked 16 blocks or 60. I don't know. Went to this little store where you had some of your dresses and everything for pets. Uh-huh. And it was just a different, the dog show world was different for you, and your world was totally different. A child slide in a pet store for the dogs to slide down.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah, well, we do. But not only that,
talk about the fashion show, and do I want to go in? So of course Chase was in your fashion show with a tuxedo.
That picture. That picture
Yeah.
is from the New York Fashion Show.
Yes, Reuters did that. And do you remember the jewelry?
Oh, I was going to say, no, you have to talk about the jewelry
Okay.
because
Okay. So I'm driving down, and my husband, Rick, has been friends with Michael's jewelry store people, Mark Michaels, for years. In fact, my rings are Michael's. And anyways, so I called him on the way down and I said, look, this is what I'm doing and we need jewelry. And he goes, stop by the store. So he gives me the stuff that you see. I mean, this is gold and diamonds and the diamond earrings and come down with jewelry for you. And you're like, what's this? I said, this is for us to wear. And did we get one of those jewelry people behind stage to hold the jewelry for us? And then you put it on. And so we're all decked out in this jewelry. I had a ball. Of course,
yes, I know.
when I was going back home to drop it off, I'm sitting on the couch with Mark, and he goes, he's reaching over to my ears, and he goes, did you forget the earrings? I'm like, oh. I really did. But,
I know. I can't believe that you came with all this jewelry that was worth like thousands and thousands of dollars for us to walk on the wrong way and just, glam up. It was a lot of fun. It was a one. I mean, I had never worn jewelry like that ever again.
yeah, me neither. like what was it, 30,000 something? I don't know. And for him to trust, and I think the bracelet broke or something, the clasp.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was one of your, well, he knew, I had to tell him. So that was one of your first fashion shows. Maybe
yes,
your second one.
It was either the first or the second. So we know each other for many, many years. Vanilla is 16 right now.
I know.
Yes. So,
And she's such a little diva.
Yes, my wonderful queen, she's still here. So
yeah, but how many marriages has she had? I mean, this
no,
girl.
just one.
Okay. All right. That's good to say.
And there is no hanky panky. But okay, so Sue, you've been. I mean, we know each other for a long time. Thanks to you, practically for allowing me to have the experience of meeting you and the dog and getting on the ring. I got the Chihuahua bug even deeper on me, if that was possible. And I went and became a member of the Chihuahua Club of America. Yes. I got my sponsors. I became a member of the Progressive Club in New York City. I mean, and I've been involved all these years. I mean, and it's been
yeah, and I think that's when you started seriously with the rescue, and was it the Mayor's Alliance, one of the first that you started?
Yes.
And then you were like, the flags that they put out in New York for Westminster, and you were like, we need Chihuahuas, and there was a year where there were Chihuahua flags.
Yes.
I mean,
I know people have no idea. Now they learn.
Now they know. Well, some,
I've been always fighting in behalf of the Chihuahuas, and it's been important for me to learn about the true real breeders, the caretakers of the breed, how you guys are called.
They're so important. They're so important.
Yes.
And if people want to purchase a dog, they really should go to breeders, because all the litters, you're not going to have show quality with every puppy, and they're looking for a forever home for those dogs, and they're so well bred.
Yeah, but it's important for people to know that the people in the club take years to learn their skills, and they take lots of workshops, and it's a constant learning.
It is.
it doesn't stop. And once you're in there, I mean, you can hardly stop because it's so much from the history to the genetics to the, what's a good sound dog, not only physical, but also emotionally.
Oh,
And
yes,
and you guys are the ones who are taking care of that. I mean,
absolutely.
so, I totally support the parent clubs of all the breeds, I totally support them, and especially, of course, the one from the Chihuahuas. Now, so throughout by being involved for so many years in the breed, so if someone comes and mention to you the word Chihuahua, what comes to your mind?
Oh boy, you better be prepared.
Oh, okay.
I mean, well, first of all, my very first Chihuahua was this tiny little dog. And, you go to do house training and you can't get upset with a little thing like that. So, yeah, my first one wasn't really house trained too well. So, even though it's a tiny little dog, there's a big dog in there. And I mean, they're feisty and they're active, but they are so cuddly. And if you don't like being licked by a dog, don't get a Chihuahua because they're gonna love you to death. They're just little lickalickers.
Uh-huh.
They're the sweetest things. And I miss having one now. We rescued a lab because
Okay.
my husband said it's my turn to have a bigger
Ah,
dog.
okay.
And when he was shedding, I went to the vet and said something's wrong, and he said, "Well,
Well,
he sheds as much as a Chihuahua. It's just bigger. So there's
bigger,
more." I went,
more,
"Oh,
more hair, more hair.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
okay."
but I mean, but probably the lab right now goes more into your lifestyle because you are kayaking, you are jumping from lines, you are swimming, you are running horses, you're very active. So I probably Chihuahua will be difficult to catch up with you right now.
Well, I'll tell you, because of the real estate, it would be so nice to just have a little dog that can keep me company and share with people, and I'm not doing the riding anymore
Okay.
because Cassie and I had an argument and she won.
Okay. Casey is the horse.
Cassie was the
That,
horse, yeah. So she's back where I bought her in Maine.
okay.
But 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 yeah, so when Luca, the lab is gone, Rick says no more, but doesn't everybody say that? And
All the
no,
time. All the
I
time.
I need a little one. I mean, do you know, at one point I had a dresser and it was just doggy clothes.
Well,
But I
yeah.
remember in New York, you had like a hassock that you could open up and the dogs would come out in the morning and you'd be like, what are we going to wear today? And you pull out all these outfits and I mean, then you go, oh, I can't go outdoors without them being covered. Oh, Anna, it has been a joy watching you grow in your business. And I still don't see where you have the time. Now you're doing these jump shoots that's coordinated with masks and doggy outfits. Like, there you go. And it's great. It's great. All right. All right. Let's go out tonight. Let's play. I'm just down around the corner in Florida.
Hopefully after all this craziness goes away, we can meet and get together somewhere and just reminiscent of our times together.
Well, maybe I can do some real estate up there and have a reason to write it off. But
Nice.
you're only a couple of hours away from me. So now, in Florida, Brooksville has one of the largest dog clusters.
And
And,
where is
and
Brooksters?
Erica goes to it every year,
Ah,
a bunch of her dogs, Erica Lanza. It'll
and
be
when that
great
happens,
for you.
when
Huh?
I
Um,
would love to go when that happens.
I think it's in November, but I can text you the information.
Okay. Then text
It's
me the
fun.
info. I'm gonna post it for everybody to go. So if I go, they can go and see me there and say hello.
Oh my God. Now listen. Got to get that photo up.
Yeah, well, we can't. I mean, it's been so difficult with the whole. Of course, the whole pandemic. We'll have to be so careful, and I am missing seeing all my friends. And then, so I thought, oh, let me just do some videos, and I get to say hello to everybody.
Yeah.
To tell you how much I love you and I miss you. I'm not, for not, I haven't seen you in a while, but like you, I'm always thinking of you. You are so embedded in my heart and in all the memories that I have with the Chihuahuas. You see, I've been asking all my friends, what Chihuahua means to them. Nobody has asked me what Chihuahuas mean to me. I
I
guess,
think what Chihuahuas means to you is
no, but I guess
family.
because they see there, I guess they see all that I do, and then they assume, an idea. So for the Chihuahua, they know that I love them. But for me, when I
They're
say
family.
Chihuahuas, I just think of you
Oh,
because you were the one who introduced me to this world of the dog show world with the Chihuahuas, and I met so many friends, and I got, and I have learned so much through it. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
are you going to
But
get back in the ring?
if 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 it weren't for you, I don't think Ada Nieves of today will exist the way it is. Because it takes to know both worlds. I mean, I'm very passionate about uh, advocating for animal issues, especially in the Chihuahuas.
Oh,
But
yeah, you are.
I'm also passionate advocating for the parent clubs of every breed because I think that um, there is a balance between education and helping. You cannot,
Absolutely.
they go hand by hand. So I'm going to help, but I need to know the basics and be educated about it to be able to go and help, right? And to help correctly. So when people come and talk to me, I'm able to create a conversation where I can come and talk about the myth about, for example, the teacup, or all these things. So if you're not educated about it, you just go with the flow or you don't know what to say and miss an opportunity there of enlightening someone about the breed that you like or about the dogs.
Exactly.
So Chihuahua means to be
And,
Paige.
I remember, I forget what hurricane it was, and you were this is out of people so upset that they couldn't get in to rescue the animals. They were rescuing people, and I understand the rescue people have their priorities. And I think Ada, I don't know about if you personally went, but some people showed up crossing lines and somehow rescued animals when it wasn't the right time.
Yeah.
I mean, if something needs to be done that has to do with a dog, an animal, a rat, chicken, I don't know, whatever you're dressing or whatever, your love for animals, just people don't realize your heart is bigger than big.
Ay,
It
ay,
really
ay.
is. And I still don't know where you find the time or be awake during I know you work late at night. I mean, I bet if I called you at 2 a.m, sometimes you'll be up there on your sewing machine or doing something. I
Mhm.
mean, do you sleep?
I don't know. I think that as I get older, it gets worse and I can't sleep. There's so many things to do, and I don't want to miss a chance of not making what I have on my mind or do what is needed to be done.
Yeah,
So
and
I
then
am lucky.
on top of that, of your rescue and dog show and the parent clubs and everything, don't forget her little dogs are in movies, Mr. Bruce. They're in commercials on TV and in magazines, and I'm sure you go to events here and there and help organize things. I really don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I thought I was all over the place,
I,
but you really are.
I am going to give the credit to my husband that he's very patient.
Oh my God, Edgar has to be the most, he's wonderful. Is he in New York or is he down here with
No,
you?
no, we're here together with the dogs and my mom and the cats. I mean, it's a whole family affair down
Well,
in
I
Florida.
think Edgar should come into the camera view so we can say hi to him.
Oh, well, I tell nothing because he's painting the back deck. You know,
Oh,
he understands me because he kind of does the same things. I mean, he's the same way.
yeah.
He's always doing something. And
So,
so we respect each other because we understand how it is. He has a project or he has ideas, he has something to do. I'll let him be. You do your thing, I'll see you later, and we sit down to have dinner or watch TV or something. We have our sharing time, and then we have the time where we are like in our worlds,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
run,
I mean,
doing our
it's like Rick is up in Maine working on the lodge and doing this and that, and I'm down here doing the real estate. And yeah, it's nice to have that. And way back when we first met, I remember you were talking about where you did children's parties and you did this and that.
that
And
was my word before the Chihuahua.
while he was overseas
Uh-huh.
doing the military thing, being the service
Mhm.
person that he was, and then you
Yes.
got into the dogs, and oh my God, you just went wild, girl.
Oh,
He was
yes.
gone so long, you just couldn't help yourself.
I took advantage.
Yeah, you did. You didn't sit around
I
sitting
sent
feeling sorry for yourself.
I sent him pictures of everything that I was doing. I mean, I remember the first picture of Bon Bon, all dressed up as the what was it, the hair, the scarecrow, and then, and I sent him. I didn't send him a little pictures. I sent him like a poster of Bon Bon as a scarecrow. And when he opened the photo, and then he said that all the other soldiers were cracking up, and then they were like, "Who's that?" I said, "That's my dog." And we're like, "He's dressed."
Your dogs are your family, your children.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if anybody wants to know how to love a family, go to you. I mean,
No, that's great.
you're so good. You're so wonderful. I mean, who wouldn't love you?
Well, so we are going over our limits in because I don't want to make this too long because I don't
Yeah.
want people to get bored. But is there anything else that you would like to say? Something about you that you would like to share? Where people can meet you if they want to become your friend. If you want, maybe another person is like, oh, she taught Ada how to get in the dog club show. Maybe she can help me too.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm selling real estate here in Hernando County.
Okay.
And I'm working with People's Trust Realty. And if anybody wants this area, I mean, I was just up in Ocala showing horse
Wow.
farms. We went under contract with a really nice farm.
Yeah.
Hoping to
Wow.
close in a couple of weeks.
Um,
And yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
it's always been a dream of mine to have a farm, but now as I get older, I'm thinking it's too much work. But all I'm thinking, again, going back to the animals, like maybe building a sanctuary or making turning it into a zoo so people can help and save the animals from wherever they are.
There's a few of those. There's a show on Netflix about this guy in Florida that had a zoo with tigers. I forget what's the name of it.
Oh yeah, no, but I don't like that. That guy is.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but I don't know how you would find time to do that. I mean, I'm thinking,
No. It's just wishful thinking. That's all
okay,
it is. Wishful thinking. There's no
okay,
way. I mean, at this point of my life, I can't imagine myself taking care of 300 animals. Once you open a sanctuary, they fall from the sky. There's so many animals in need.
oh my
So
God,
I have, it's a lot easier now. The way that I have it set up is people apply to become fosters. and then we allow them to keep an animal until then we place them on the right home. If they don't become foster failures, of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
We have
but
some
anyway, so I
great
love you.
messages.
It's so nice chatting with you again.
Mwah.
And and
I
I
think
and
you're
then
wonderful.
I'll hope that we can get together soon.
Oh, you know we will.
I love you.
I